We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. I'll ask firm returns for you guys to smash that like button. And here we are with Bbby, Bed Bath & Beyond Inc. And the stock continues to pull down lower. Now, we need to talk about this complete transition from the rip area to the dip area on 42 Vision. What could this mean going into tomorrow? But within the volatility, it continues to pull down lower, while the overall market in the SPY was going up higher. And at 10:50 a.m., our SPY bot sent out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, call options went up 150% plus within hours, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge over the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 Vision indicator, getting connected to our SPY bot, QQQ bot, newly released Tesla bot, and we have other bots on the way so that you can receive the clarity and edge that you deserve within the volatility of the market. So here we are with Bed Bath & Beyond Inc. and the stock is sitting in a very big and important support level. It broke through yesterday's support. It's at another level of support, and some are speculating, could it try to bring itself back up? We're going to break it all down in today's video, and as you see popping up here on the screen, these are some of the home runs we managed to find last week and even this week, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Not guaranteed to be this way, but we strive for them, and I'm going to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations, and if you guys want to know about these stocks and receive this edge and clarity over the charts, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord, and by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the stocks I mentioned this morning gave small jumps at 3 to 5%, 5 to 10% plus, but the home run of the day was from our QQQ bot, and our QQQ bot at 10:45 a.m. sent out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, call options went up 100% plus, guys, within minutes. If you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market and receive this edge and clarity with our 42 Vision indicators and getting connected over to our bots, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. So the key support levels that we mentioned in yesterday's video have been broken through, and today it's coming down to other support levels that could actually create a support or further weakness, right? So that's what we're going to break down in today's video. A lot are speculating that this isn't over. Some are stating this is over. I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below. But one thing I do want to encourage you guys to do is check out that link down below, because these squeezes are fun. They're exciting. But once they're done, the whole point is to stay consistently looking for other opportunities. And as I shared with you earlier in the video, we strive for opportunities every single day. They're not guaranteed to be that way, but we strive for them, and that's the goal. Strive for new opportunities within the volatility to remain consistent, guys. Now here we are with Bbby, Bed Bath & Beyond, and it's in a struggling phase to hold itself up, right? After market hours, things are falling, and there's been a lot of speculation on why the stock is falling, and we're going to talk about it. I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below on how you feel about this speculation, but let's pull up the bull and bear indicators, which you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 Vision indicator, getting connected to the SPY bot, our QQQ bot, newly released Tesla bot, and we have other bots on the way so that you can receive the clarity and edge that you deserve within the volatility of the markets to maximize on opportunities, whether stocks are going up or going down. And you can now join the members using these resources to maximize in either direction by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which gives us that extra edge and confirmation within the volatility. So here we are with the 30-minute Bbby, Bed Bath & Beyond stock has been in a downtrend since yesterday after hours, and it's been under a bull indicator. As you can see right here, that bull indicator popped up at around 25.38, sat sideways, slowly fell down, consolidated all day, not enough buying pressure or inflows to bring it up, and then in the aftermarket hours, it's just collapsing right now. So we need to talk about what the inflows are showing here on the 30-minute, because this is very interesting, right? Going into aftermarket hours, it's still above the inflow point and it's sitting sideways, basically stating that there's heavy outflows and the inflows are the only thing holding up this stock from collapsing even further. And I'm going to zoom in on the 15-minute and you will see how volatile things are. Yes, it crossed over, and towards the end of the bell, it pulled itself up from 17 up towards 1889. But in the aftermarket hours, things are falling very, very fast. And with different amounts of volume, right? In the aftermarket hours, volume could go through dark pools and stuff that we do not see. And that's why it's not reflecting to the downside here significantly. And this is what you can call a divergence, right? Now, if this downtrend is strong enough to impact the stock going into tomorrow, well, then this eventually will pull down with it. But if this turns out to be like a fake out and it's bringing itself back up, the inflows are still holding it up going into tomorrow. That's the main thing I'm going to be watching here on the 30-minute, because there is a divergence here. But when you really look at it, all day since yesterday to today, the outflows have dominated. So it's super important to realize that this is such a small blimp to how much outflows have happened. It's trying to bring itself back up, but not strong enough to make an impact in the chart. And again, like I stated, this could be a divergence forming here. Now, let's look at the 15 minutes so you could see things in a much more volatile perspective. So here you see how the inflows tried bringing themselves up. It's the one thing that was holding the stock sideways when it tried bringing itself up to this midpoint. It crossed, and then it brought itself up from $17 to almost $19. That was a pretty nice jump there of almost 10%. And it looked like it was going to stay that way. But how do we know that the inflows on the 30-minute with that divergence are showing us that it still hasn't brought itself down to impact the overall chart? We'll know tomorrow as time continues to go on. Well, that 15-minute here, it went from that sideways action, went to red, and the outflows have crossed. And you could see that big pullback. Now, again, like I stated, a lot of orders get routed to dark pools and stuff in the aftermarket hours and pre-market. So it actually messes up anything that you're watching sometimes based off of the indicators, because not the full picture is shown. But here on the 15-minute, a little bit closer into the volatility, and same thing here with the 5-minute, you could see that those outflows got crossed and that big significance, that bear indicator, and here we are. Now, it doesn't affect the smaller time frames as much if you're watching it closely, but time frames like the 30-minute, it could kind of distort what's going on. And that's why I stated, if this 30-minute is actually holding up going into tomorrow, this could be a divergence and it could actually go ahead and erase these losses and bring itself back up if this really holds true. But the 5-minute and the 15-minute have crossed, and eventually the 30-minute could get dragged down with it. And the bear indicator has been here since yesterday. So if it tries to bring itself back up, the most important thing will be to cancel out this bear indicator, hold itself up above that midpoint, and get a bull indicator in the process. So very interesting movement going on right now. It did break through yesterday's support of $18. I stated if it broke through that, it would be $15. And right here, you could see how it's a resistance at 15. And we've hit lows here of 1170. And it's fighting between 1190s and 1220 right now as it's trying to go ahead and hold itself up. And if we zoom back in here to the 15-minute, those outflows got crossed and it's continuing to break down to newer lows as I'm doing this video, guys. So weakness is here. Could it continue to go lower? Well, if it breaks through the next support down here of 1050, that's going to be a very important level. I'm going to be watching very closely the 5-minute if it tries to bring itself back up, as it's actually sitting sideways here and not going straight down. If it starts to bring itself back up like it did here, as you could see, things started to pick up a little bit there. I'm going to be watching for some type of price action like that, but most importantly, crossing back over the midpoint, guys, for there to be some significant move. And same thing on the 15-minute, guys. I'm going to be watching for it to kind of level off, try to bring itself back up, and cross back over to kind of stop this whole entire downward direction. If not, the bears are here and they're putting pressure on the overall chart, guys. You could see it. It's happening very fast, and especially this 30-minute, if this divergence actually goes ahead and pulls down with it, well, then this did not hold up very well, and we're going right back down towards outflows dominating overall chart, right? So super, super important. If you zoom out, you look at the 4 hours, same thing, guys. I talked about this in yesterday's video. We needed to see how things would shift. Got a bear indicator today, shifted to dark green with red borders, red bars, and there's that whole entire outflow that I drew out in yesterday's video. If you saw yesterday's video, I literally drew this out and I compared it to the previous pullback on the 30-minute, and here we are. And the one thing holding this up from completely collapsing is that it has not crossed the midpoint, guys. So I'm going to be watching that very carefully. If it can find support here for a possible dead cat bounce, not guaranteed to go back up to the 20s or 30s, but anything is possible. But I'm going to be watching here at these levels very carefully. In the 1 day, it's stagnated, guys, sitting sideways. Yes, it's still under a bull indicator, but we have the 4 hour under bear indicator, we have the 30-minute, the 15-minute, and the outflows are outweighing right now on all different time frames. So very, very important to watch that closely. And the first resistance level to the upside is going to be $19, and above that will be 21. And in yesterday's video, I talked about how important $30 was in the bigger picture, because the last run that we had way back here in March, it actually rejected around those areas. So super important to keep that in mind. And we got the same rejection starting here, and then the last 2 days have been a downtrend, guys. Things kind of sat sideways yesterday, and then they actually started to pull down after hours, after all that news with the Cohen news and the selling. And then here we are just sitting sideways and now collapsing down towards $11. But if you zoom in and you put the 5-minute, I'm going to be watching, as I stated earlier in the video, for this to actually start to pick itself back up. And the closer it gets to the midpoint, the more of strength we could start to see. But it's still under a bear indicator. It needs to continue to shift, pull upwards, get a bull indicator, and same thing on the 15-minute, bring itself back up over those inflows. And I'm going to be watching the 30-minute, if it can hold itself up above it, and how things are going to react into tomorrow's trading day. It's going to be very, very interesting. Again, I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below. And if you guys want to receive this clarity and edge over the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. Check out the link down below. We look forward to having you join us. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.